Cuba socialists just embarrass themselves.
Revolutionary leftists just blew $600 on flights to Havana. That's years of wages for the average Cuban.
Jesus.
All the cosplay, revolution in front of bread lines, wandering the ruins like it's some kind of safari, singing some bullshit, and then lecturing locals about evil American capitalism.
Guantanamera, I believe the word is pronounced. These people are useful idiots in the most literal sense.
Oh my god. Oh jeez, is this embarrassing?
For them, they look at it as a status symbol. For them, Cuba is their Valhalla. It's their Disneyland. And for some in the... I think I was hearing about... What was it? Malcolm and Simone Collins. They talked about this on Based Camp one time. That for a lot of left-wing activists, it's almost seen in their circles as a status symbol that they were trained... that they were trained to be agitators by the Cuban government. You don't hate these people enough.
Okay, this is just sad, bro. The whitest people, I know, it's always the whitest.
Every single one of them deserves a one-way helicopter ride. They'd be more useful as fertilizer. They might. Don't think there'd be much nutrients that they could offer the soil. I think all of that was drained out of them long ago.
People, isn't it? Man, it's so pathetic. Look how happy they are with themselves. Of course they're happy. Get ready for this.
Oh god, this fucking cunt.
Oh my god.
I hate this woman. God, that is so fucking cringe. Even the younger people are just like, why the fuck are we doing this? This is gay and cringe.
It's so sucking. It's look at this.
This is so fucking cringe. God, and look at all of the males, not the females, but the males.
There it is.
Each one of them just looks so low T, so lacking in testosterone, and looking so incredibly homosexual. They look so fucking gay.
Oh man, the true enemy of America.
Yeah.
The true
and of the West.
Evil. In the flesh.
Yeah.
Or so they say.
It's a pity that the plane didn't have some sort of mechanical failure to where they couldn't take off. I wouldn't go so far to say that the plane should have crashed or something like that. That'd be awful. And, you know, pity the poor pilots that are just doing their jobs. But, damn, it's a bloody shame the whole thing didn't have some sort of mechanical failure to where they had to cancel the flight. What a fucking shame that did not happen. Almost looked like you and Asmund go to sit in the same room with them. Well, I've got to put myself somewhere, and I hate moving around my model on the screen so often. I keep it over here in the left corner. I don't feel like moving it. But yeah, he doesn't collab. A collab with Asmongold is Jesus Christ would return, and we'd all be taken up to heaven in the final days before a collab between me and Asmongold would happen. He's not going to do it. He flies solo, and that's just sort of a permanent thing with him, and I can respect that. One of his chatters said Nixon was right. Yes.
Karen Airlines.
Nixon would be calling a lot of these people toe gaffs. Nixon would be calling a lot of these people toe gaffs, and rightfully so, because they do look like a lot of toe gaffs out there.
Jesus Christ, Code Pink. Oh my God! Imagine being
Gay.
a brutalized Cuban peasant,
Gay and
living under
retarded.
crushing communist dictatorship your entire life, then having to put up with Western socialists flying out to your country in order to prop up that dictatorship, while ranting about how oppressive their own infinitely freer societies supposedly are. Oh my God!
Absolutely insufferable. Oh, so now they've switched over from hands off Cuba to let Cuba live. No, I don't think we will. The communist Cuban government needs to finally just fucking die. It needs to just go the way of the dodo bird. Those people have suffered long enough. Oh, would you look at that? Husband follows Kershaw on Twitter. Good man. He's following his waifu. He's following his wife. Wife and husband following each other. That's nice. Lyndon B. Johnson would be pissing somewhere under some stairs in the White House because the nearest toilet wasn't available. Yes, he was. God, what a dreadful man he was. And then he would show off his Johnson to the Secret Service. He probably would. He was a disgusting man. Truly a disgusting man.
Here's another one. Jesus. This is so sad, isn't it? Hey guys,
this is pathetic.
Yeah, I know.
These people would be lined up against the wall first at the end of any sort of revolution.
Jesus.
Going by White House records, he did do that on multiple occasions. It would not surprise me in the least. LBJ was a most contemptible man and an absolutely uncultured Philistine. And probably one of the most cynical politicians you would ever find in world history. Signing and endorsing the Civil Rights Act not for any sort of noble motives, but because he just wanted the votes. And widely attributed quote to him is, "I will have those N-words voting Democrat for 10 generations," or something to that effect. He just wanted the black vote. And that's why he endorsed the Civil Rights Act. And his calculus was quite correct. But still, contemptible man.
It's sad. It really is sad. They're so full of themselves. I know.
Mm-hmm.
It's the usual suspects, too. Let Cuba live. Oh,
no.
Here it is. With full, and this is another guy. I don't know who this guy is. Cuban journalist. Okay.
Yeah. Cuban refugees and Cuban Americans hate these sorts of people. These pretentious Code Pink types, absolutely despised. And they do everything that they can to avoid Cuban Americans and Cuban refugees because they know that their narratives are going to fall apart whenever they encounter people who have had to live through this shit. Yeah, okay, Harold, we get the point. I think we get the point with the story. So why don't we let's go ahead and move on from that.
With full air conditioning in a highly lit auditorium, the foreign communists give a standing ovation to the Cuban dictator. With half of the island in blackout, going through a terrible situation, the propaganda for these immoral people, there is fuel.
Yeah, all these foreign socialists get to enjoy aircon
let me get on the other
and
phone.
electricity, while the people suffer in what I'm sure is the heat and no electricity. I doubt they even, some places even have running water at this point because you need electricity to keep powering the water pumps.
Look.
These people are so stupid, and yet they are true believers.
This is so embarrassing. I
Yes.
don't even understand how it's real. We should cancel their passports, make them stay in Cuba. Well, that won't work because Cuba is going to be the 51st state soon, so they'll still be able to come back.
No, it's not a matter of if the communist regime in Cuba is going to fall. At this point, it is a matter of when. And I think even the regime that in Cuba knows they are living on borrowed time. They have been living on borrowed time for quite some time. It's just a matter of when they fall. And right now they have an opportunity to do a sort of controlled demolition of the communist regime and transition over to something else. But the longer they drag this out, the worse it's going to be for them.
Food and water too, yeah. So they brought over a bunch of stupid Americans and Westerners to try to gas up this dictator? Is that right?
I guess so. Yeah, and people got wise to the whole hands-off Cuba because the hands-off ex-country is a thing that has been used by left-wing and socialist groups as propaganda for so long now. I guess they felt that they had to change it up. Now it's let Cuba live. But still easily responded to and easily diffused of any and all of its power by just saying, no, I don't think I will. No, I don't think I will. It's time for the communists to go. Communism has had its day. Time for them to go. And that's the moderate approach. Like I said, it's not enough to be not communist. One must be actively anti-communist. And really, the only fate that a communist deserves is a one-way helicopter trip. That is just what they fucking deserve. Because that is how evil they are.
Sorry about the audio is loud. Jesus. It's just embarrassing, man. It really is. So here's another one.
So we're on the plane now, getting ready to go to Havana, Cuba. We have this.
Oh, you can ride in an aeroplane. Nice.
Wow.
Most Cubans can't do that.
As important, full of medicines.
Yeah.
And we're so excited to be with the Cuban people and show our support, show our solidarity, and to say that this cruel, inhumane, barbaric policy of the Trump administration has to
Oh yeah, it's so awful.
So we're on the plane now.
And you know what? You're not going to get your way. That's the thing that's so satisfying about this woman, Medea Benjamin. Yeah, that's who this is, Medea Benjamin. She's been the head of Code Pink for, I think, as long as it's been in existence. She splits her time between Washington D.C., and San Francisco. But I take some sort of satisfaction in knowing that not a matter of if, but a matter of when the communist Cuban regime falls, and she's going to have to watch it. This aging, old, washed up, irrelevant boomer that we're looking at here is going to have to watch as the country and regime that she stand for so long and propped up completely falls to pieces. And that is so satisfying. It is going to be so satisfying to watch her mold and seethe publicly as a good chunk of her life's work just crumbles before her very eyes. And that is so satisfying to watch. That is going to be so satisfying to watch. She looks so innocuous and banal, and yet she is so incredibly evil. She's such an incredibly evil person. And to watch as some of her life's work just ends is going to be so satisfying. It is going to be so fucking satisfying. Anything that causes her to mold and seethe is a good thing, is an objective good in this world.
Ready to go.
They got to get rid of it. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, definitely. And what's the screenshot? I mean, this is what it is. This is a Karen. Now, I do want to say, like, this is somebody, again, I said that before, I say it again. She would be great living in a hut in a swamp selling mushrooms. But they got her out there on, you know, computer.
It's what she fucking deserves. It's all she fucking deserves. This is a woman who does not... She has built up quite a fortune standing for oppressive regimes like the Cuban communists and for the Maduro regime. She deserves to lose everything. She absolutely deserves to lose everything. And in any sort of reasonable non-clown world society, the government would have seized all of her assets and thrown her, her husband, and her children, all of whom are activists themselves, into a prison. They would have thrown her into a box and just left her there to be forgotten. Put her in the box, forget about it. Just put her in the box, leave her there, forget about her. And the rest of the world will forget about her as well. That, to me, is an incredibly just punishment, and even then, more merciful than she deserves. In the 19th century, she would have been mocked in punch cartoons. Yeah, she would have.
She got a smart... Like, she should never have a smartphone. You give somebody like this a smartphone?
No.
Oh, my God.
Big mistake.
What are you thinking? Oh, Jesus.
Why are we giving her a smart... Better question. Why are we giving her access to a telephone? Why are we even letting her outside to talk to people? Put her in the fucking box.
None of those medicines will make it to the people. They'll give it to the government, and the government will keep it for tourism or sell it.
Yeah,
well, it probably. Will,
right?
And
probably.
Then there's another one.
They don't care. They don't care. They've done their performative virtue signaling. They can claim that they've done their good bit for communism and for international solidarity. And then they're going to move on. And if you question them, you're just an istinophobe and an enemy that they will target for destruction and for death. Because don't think for 1 minute these people aren't capable of violence or of fomenting violence against people like you and me. They absolutely are. They are communists. Remember that. These people are violent savages. And they need to be treated like the violent savages that they are.
Does it make more sense to send the aid and not bring 100 more mouths to feed? Well,
then they don't get to virtue signal and, make it all about them.
How are you going to get social media credit for that?
Yeah. How are you supposed to get your clout for that? Don't you know? It's not about helping people. It's about clout.
Man. Jesus. There they are.
She don't even know the fucking words. She can't even fucking speak Spanish. What a goddamn phony.
This is just so bad. It is so bad.
This is absolute fucking cringe.
I feel bad. Yeah, bro, I feel bad for the pilot. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And so this is the last
What
time this
absolute
happened.
shit
This was
stains,
in
all of them.
1900. I think this was in 1900.
Two French women shown throwing grains and coins directly at a group of starving Vietnamese children. This live stream of the leftist trip to Cuba sucks. But I mean,
think this
really,
is
that's
actually, I'm not
this.
sure about
That's what it
this, but
is.
This actually might be her grandmother. Actually,
Probably
she dyes her hair. It probably could just be her.
could be. Could be. She is quite literally an old fucking hag.
This is good. You know, they say, gentlemen, some things never change.
Some things never change.
She feeding them like birds
They
in
never
the
do.
McDonald's parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Look. She feeding them like birds, bro. Damn. Isn't that crazy? Wow. Not my neighbors, I know. How? So this has been a problem for a long time, apparently.
Yes.
As
The problem of too many women in activism and politics and too many women being given the franchise. Hashtag repeal the 19th.
Cuban, why do they think we love socialism? We don't. Because
don't care.
they hate America.
Yeah.
That's the reason why.
They hate America, they want to destroy it, and they want to do that using daddy's capitalist money.
The thing is that I remember, like, my parents obviously grew up in Florida, right? And so I remember my mom, she was like, well, what are they getting down on Cubans for? Cubans love America. I used to have a Cuban boyfriend. I was like, wait, what? And she's like, yeah.
Not gonna lie, chat, I could go for a Cuban girlfriend. I would go for the Cuban girlfriend. Or maybe even an Argentinian girlfriend. There is actually an Argentinian VTuber that I follow. She streams mostly in Spanish. But she is a huge, huge, huge fan of, shit. Get the name. Oh yeah, Javier Milei. She's a huge fan of Javier Milei. And I think she has used his streams and her social media presence to campaign for him and to stand for him. And yeah, I gotta say, I was just like, okay. You hate communists and you support Javier Milei? Alright. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, love. Kinda hot. That's kind of hot. Just saying, if I had to hook up with any sort of or end up with any sort of VTuber who could, you know, who would probably make for a decent girlfriend, she'd be on the short list. We'll put it that way. We'll put it that way. Because anyone who hates communists and supports someone like Javier Milei really can't be all that bad. Really can't be all that bad. Like I said, we men are simple creatures, and in my case, I want someone who is nice to me, who can cook for me, who is a great shag in bed, who doesn't hate men, and someone who says, unironically, without any sort of qualifiers, darling, I'm not a big fan of the government.
Yeah, it was great. It was fine. Yeah, Cubans are amazing. I love it. Yeah, we were in Florida. We knew tons of Cubans. Everything was okay. And so, yeah, it's just what she said. And so, Cubans are based, exactly.
Suck us off,
really
Cuban.
funny to see this. Let me see if I
Could
can
be.
pull up some more of the trip to Cuba, leftist trip to Cuba. Alpha Riz, that's not Cuban. I think this was like whenever she was probably in her 20s, right? And so I don't think that was it. But
to be young
so
again.
you're this close to being half Cuban? Maybe you're right. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe.
And so let me see. I pull up some more of these instances here, and yeah, the cracks up. Oh, there's this too. Oh God, is there any more of these? Let me see if I can find the rest of them. This is the left stream. Oh no, this is it. This is it under communism. Let's look at
here we go. This is
so
good.
this is Cuba in the 1930s.
In the 1930s, that's Cuba on the top,
Yeah.
and then
So
the
they just turned it
2020s.
into a shithole.
Yeah, shithole. First word that springs to mind.
They turned the whole thing into a shithole. Oh, not good.
Fucking Che Guevara, man. What a piece of shit.
That's right. It's just like Iran.
Yeah,
You know, guys, I think I'm starting to see a pattern here.
right. Right. Also, the whole Iranian Revolution in 1979. Fomented and backed by, wait for it, communists. So all of these fuckers on the left and even some of these people on the right who are just like, oh no, you know, the regime needs to stay in place and the Ayatollah is so fucking based and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, these people are illegitimate. They, you know, first of all, they're Islamists, they're Mohammedans, they are the enemies of our faith, but also they got to where they were with the help of the communists. I'm sorry, anything that has that uses the communists like that to achieve power, completely and totally illegitimate. They have to go. They're fucking communists or communist adjacent, and they are the enemies of our faith.
It's almost like whenever
If you're going to be light switch brained or grug brain about something like that, that's the way to be light switch brain or grug brain about it.
these deranged retards that don't know how to do anything right take over, everything goes wrong.
Yeah.
Have y'all noticed that?
Funny how that works.
What are the odds of that?
Right?
Think what China would look like if it wasn't communist? China's communist. Right,
Just imagine.
China's communist. Here's the way that you know that China isn't communist. The kids are getting fat and they want to be influencers. Okay?
I mean, he's not wrong there. They're kind of communists in name only at this point. But to save face, they're still calling themselves communists. And they're kind of acting the part too, so might as well be fucking communist. Winnie the Pooh certainly doesn't do anything to dispel the allegations. He's got to go. The entire Chinese regime has got to go. And something else needs to be put in its place.
Let's be honest. Okay, let's just be honest here. Yeah, they're getting fat. That's a good point, yeah. I mean, come on. You're just wrong? No, I'm not.
No, he's not wrong. I mean, I think we've even seen it on streams we've reacted to here of just whole sidewalks, long queues of people just setting up to do fucking live streams on Bilibili or whatever. And it's just one after the other, after the other, after the other. Very often they're living on the streets and just it's like 24/7 live streaming. And they just fucking glom onto all of that. Their own society is falling apart, and so many of the women are just becoming fucking e-whores. He has the PLA call him chairman at every public event involving them. Are we talking about Winnie the Pooh? Doesn't surprise me. Such an overinflated, such a fat ass, but he always did have an overinflated opinion of himself.
Like, there is okay, actually can't say that.
No, say it. Come on.
That's basically a racist. I can't say that.
No, say it. Do it. Be racist.
It's true,
it is true. Fuck. Who else but the honey bear himself? Yeah, Winnie the Pooh. I love calling Xi Jinping Winnie the Pooh because I know that in particular it's illegal to do so in China, which is why my streams would most likely be censored. You can't see them in China. But also because I know it pisses him off so much. Sort of like how Keir Starmer does not like being called two-tier Keir. And yet that's exactly what I called him. He's two-tier Keir because we know it pisses him off. We know that pushes his buttons. And I intend to use that and just needle him. Do my small part to just slowly drive these motherfuckers mad. It's so much fun.
It's true, though. Use wild terms? No. Think of another way to say it? No.
Come on, man. You know you want to.
What a nice place.
Yeah, the 1930s version of Cuba? Beautiful.
The F
2020s Cuba? I mean, girls are cute.
Somebody says the F in
country's a
communism
shithole.
stands for food.
That's because there came a massive meme following Obama's visit, which saw Winnie the Pooh frames compared with pictures of the two. Yes. I remember that.
Oh, God. You're doing too much, man. The 100-year difference? I know.
Mm-hmm.
What a shithole.
Near 100 years difference. Incredible how far they've fallen.
AI prompt you into saying a different way? Oh, yeah, they did, actually. That's a good way to say it.
2013, yeah.
Man.
They actually had working streetcars back then. And, you know, they probably had automobiles in the 50s that actually worked. Not these fucking broken down, rusted up Lada Revas that they can't even put petrol in there anymore because they don't have any more petrol. There are some beautiful classic cars in Cuba, but the things are rusting away and falling apart, and they don't even have the petrol for them anymore.
Yeah, of course. Damn. Damn. Look at that. Wait.
And it's the same fucking cars, man. So many classic cars because that's all they can get their hands on.
Just like going to your friend's house and he's like, "You want to play some video games?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he boots up the Nintendo 64. I mean, honestly, base, but like,
yeah,
damn,
no, it was the same when I was a wee lad. Go over to a friend's house and like, "Yeah, you want to play some video games?" I'm like, yeah. Let's play some video. What do we got? What do we got? You got a Mega Drive? You got Super Famicom or something like that? It's like, nah, bro. Got an Atari. Had like a fucking Atari 7800 or something like that. I'm like, damn, what the fuck is this? This is old school, man. Where'd you get this? Where'd you dig up this old fossil?
like, what the fuck?
I mean, I'm not going to complain. N64, good console.
Nothing wrong with that? Yeah.
Yeah. Grab a couple of controllers. Play some GoldenEye, man. Play some fucking GoldenEye on the N64. That's my idea of a good afternoon.
All the dictators live in mansions. Well, let me look and see. we're gonna look at this. They actually have the same cars for real? Yeah, they retrofit all of them, right? Wait,
Yeah.
wait, this is
This is all they can do.
Wait, what?
You're that old rust bucket there, and probably somewhere behind the cable
This
cars,
is just, guys,
same rust
this is
bucket.
crazy. I bet Cuba's favorite game is Classic WoW.
Assuming they can they can play that.
Those cars go hard.
Kind of reminds me of how Brazil kept putting out games for the old Sega Master System long after they were into like the Sega Saturn or Dreamcast era of games. It was wild. It was absolutely wild.
As fuck? Yeah, I bet they do.
Which, you know, by the way, for those of you who don't know, maybe you grew up on this like I did. The Game Gear. I don't know if anybody remember the Game Gear. You had your choice with portable gaming systems between Game Boy, the Atari Lynx, and the Game Gear. Game Gear was Sega. It was basically a miniaturized Master System. That's all it was.
Classic, yeah, RuneScape 1998. What's wrong with that? Nothing's wrong with it.
Sort of like how I think it was the Game Boy Advance was a 16-bit portable console. I think that was just a miniaturized Super Famicom at that point. If it was playing 16-bit games, it would have been capable of playing miniaturized versions of old Super Famicom console games.
Man, that's crazy. And the same cars, yeah, apparently. And let me see. I pull any of these other ones.
It's that sort of car culture has been a thing in Cuba for a long time. Oh my
God, here it is. The first group of far-left activists have arrived in Cuba. They're calling themselves the Youth Brigade. Well, then why is Hassan there?
Yeah.
Yeah?
None of these people even fucking look Cuban, and none of them belong there. Z Poopus, thank you for subscribing over on YouTube.
Punk Brigade? Yeah, that's more like
Everybody's
it. Yeah,
discovering the
now.
YouTube page, apparently.
I'm young at heart? Oh, no, for sure. Definitely. And let me, I'll scroll down and find these over here. And Cuban government, this is the same one we've already seen before. I don't know if there's any more images of this or not. This is some.
Oh, would you look at that?
Oh, I saw this. Didn't he have a clip about this?
Cubans, fucking best people, okay? So kind, so well.
I mean, even a broken clock is right twice a day. He's right about the Cuban people. Lovely people. Very kind. Very gentle and kind and hospitable. I've always had wonderful interactions with Cuban people. And, I mean, again, Cuban women. 10 out of 10.
Welcoming.
Wow.
Just the best.
Wow.
Just the absolute.
There was one. There's some women that you meet or that you talk to, chat, that they will haunt your memories and your dreams in the best possible way. There's one girl in particular I chatted with one time. Cuban girl. Classically trained ballerina, too. And this long, beautiful blonde hair. Hazel brown eyes. Oh. I should have married her. I really should have married her. She was just... goddess. Sweet girl, too. Good cook from what I gathered, too. Yeah. She was one of those that got away. You're gonna have some of those in your life chart. Wish I'd snatch. I wish I put a ring on her. Wish I put a ring on it with her. No, well.
Best.
Say, Levy.
Amazing. The
Oh,
best.
My lord. Okay.
Uh huh. Yes.
Anyway, but yeah, we worked hard and we were able to set up a
Mm-hmm.
we were able to set up a goddamn stream, you know?
What's he doing acting weird for?
Yeah. What's up
What's
with that?
he acting weird? What's wrong?
Not in Miami. Oh, dude, it's the reversal.
Mhm.
Actually, literally, like exact opposite. Like all the good
Says he's able to set up a stream and then this fucking shit happens.
stayed here, and most of
What's going on,
the
Hassan?
ones that are crazy, just like
What's going on, Hassan?
I swear
What's
to
up,
God.
bro? What the fuck's happening to your stream, bruv? Talking about how you're able to set up a stream with the Cubans and everything. What the fuck's going on, mate?
Is this my computer or is this the? Is this his?
I think that's his. That's his.
Is this really the way it's supposed to look? Like
That's your Cuban internet for you right now. Bloody shame,
a
that.
stream?
Funny experience with that. It's like we get in the car.
Yeah.
We get into Uber last night. Marsh and I are about to discuss that we're gonna be in Cuba, like talking about plans, right? And I was like, March, don't say anything, because I noticed
Mhm.
that the dude in the car
Yeah.
was a Miami Cuban. I was like, don't. Like, I literally went, don't say anything.
So you racially profiled him. Okay.
You fucking
And then I just asked
racist. How fucking
I was
dare
like, where
you?
you from? And he's like, oh, Cuba. And I was like, okay. And I just asked him about, like, you know, what his feelings are about what's
Yeah.
going on. March actually spat some Spanish at him. Okay.
Yeah.
And
By the way, spat some Spanish at him. This is the person calling me out for using AAVE. This is the exact person. This is the same person.
I don't know what AAVE is.
That shit made me mad. I will never forget that.
Nor should you.
let me tell you,
Because,
okay,
you know, he's a piece of shit. Hassan.
Donald Trump
Fuck him.
needs to finish the job.
And he's right. There's a lot of Cuban Americans who are very supportive of Donald Trump right now. And who are supportive of what happened in Venezuela too, because they want that to happen in Cuba. They're counting on that. Many of them voted for him and threw financial support behind Donald Trump because they want regime change in Cuba. The Mind of Ra, thank you for subscribing over on YouTube. We are so close to getting, well, actually, you know what? Let's check. Let me check here. Let me refresh the page here. Yeah, registering 646 subscribers. We're close to 650 here, chat. You love to see it. You love to see it. But well done. Thank you, everyone. We're close to 650. We'll get there.
Based. Oh my god, bro. Yes.
That's what he said. That was the first guy. And this is
That's
like,
right.
I guess this was
That's
March's
right.
first real interaction with like a Miami Cuban.
That's
You
right.
know what I mean? This was his first ever interaction with a real Miami Cuban, like a real ass Miami Cuban, right? So he was like kind of shocked.
Miami Cubans are pretty cool people.
And I know what the stream Fs look like, Megaphonics. I'm monitoring it. I'm monitoring.
I'm quite fond of Cuban cuisine. They do really good coffee, but a really good Cuban sandwich. That's actually one of my favorite type of sandwiches.
The situation. And I'm
They know how to
monitoring
do
the stream as well.
sandwiches really
Yes.
well.
Make it so.
Yes, make it so.
So Marge had not
Cuban sandwich, make it
experienced that at
so.
all. So that was like his first ever inclination. And the guy had no family here. They were all in Miami, right?
Yeah.
So like, you know, obviously he was the classic, like, you know, bomb it all, like God sorted out type guy. And then this morning we had another
Man.
but this guy was actually so on Trump, and he was still like, oh, the government is like everything, it's bad, blah blah blah, communism is bad.
It's crazy how the people that escape the country don't like it. I would have
Yeah,
never
funny how that
expected
works.
I
Yeah.
would have never expected this in a million years.
Who could have seen that coming?
But he was a little bit more open-minded because I was able to like talk to him about the embargo. You know, they
able
have
to
this
get an
very
argument with him.
weird attitude about it.
Yeah.
They have this very weird attitude about it.
I remember when they suspended the Cuban embargo between the US and Cuba, and girl I was dating at the time, I think it was her sister and her brother-in-law, went over to Cuba for the holiday. They were some of the first people to go there, some of the first Americans to go there in close to 50 years. And they brought back with them a lot of the kind of touristy things of Cuban cigars and Cuban rum. I'm not a smoker, so they offered me to bring back some Cuban cigars. I'm just like, nah, I'm good. From those I talked to, and from those that I listened to who are cigar aficionados, Cuban cigars are really not all they're cracked up to be anymore. It's more the Dominican cigars that are the big thing. But I was just like, yeah, I'll try some of the rum. If you bring back a couple of bottles of rum, duty free, I'll take a bottle. So they Edagon5443, thank you for the follow. So they brought me back bottle of golden rum, Havana Club brand. Tried it. Kind of shit. If I'm being totally honest. It's kind of shit. Honestly, Bacardi is better. Bacardi is, you know, nothing fancy itself. But yeah, I was steadily unimpressed. And I think me and the girl I was dating at the time, we both tried a little bit of it, like, you know, rum and coke or something like that. And we're just like, it's all right. You think it's any good? And she's like, no, not really. I'm like, yeah, not really, is it? It's not very good, is it? Yeah, no, it's not very good. And I told her, I was like, it's kind of an allegory of communism, is that it just kind of makes everything shit after a while. And even she had to agree. It was like, yeah, it seems like something that would have been good at the time. It's not very good, is it? I was like, no, it's not very good.
On the one hand, they understand what their families' lives looked like or felt like when there was a little bit of sanctions relief, and like they could send money with ease to their families. You know what I mean? Like, it's just such a strange cognitive dissonance to experience in real time. But you know, I gave a couple interviews at the airport and stuff, and then we flew in.
Right.
What a cool guy. Whatever.
So yeah, it's see, there's the good Cubans and the bad Cubans. The good Cubans are the ones that agree with me. The bad Cubans are the ones that don't agree with me. I see.
Yeah, you know what?
I
think we'll stick with the Cubans who disagree with Hassan and who think he's just a fucking idiot.